I fell off the ladder. I had a container of epoxy in one hand, I had my squeegee in the other hand. I nearly hit my head on the double doors. I didn't spill the epoxy. I kept fiberglassing for about another 25 minutes. It caught on this top step here. Hello boat lovers, welcome aboard. I'm Steve and I'm single-handedly building Dragonfly. She's a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat. She includes twin outboards, aft cabin, galley, a saloon, wheelhouse, separate head and shower, and a centerline queen double up front. She's specifically designed for the sheltered and inland waters of the River Murray here in South Australia. Join us each week to watch the mayhem and madness of one man and his rescue dog building a massive 53 foot flat bottom wooden riverboat. Good morning boat lovers. Weather report, glorious day, perfect for finishing this sanding, ready to fiberglass the hull. I've really only got to go around the top edge, around the gunner line with the orbital sander today, and we will be ready to start glassing the hull. I'm just waiting on that peel ply, which will hopefully come today or tomorrow, and then Amanda's going to give me a hand because it's a two-person job and we're going to get stuck into getting this hull glassed. So exciting stuff, but I am looking forward to getting to the end of it. So into the shed today and get this sanding done.
Stuck here in a dream, crying to you. I see the water coming in. I've gotta learn how to swim. Just stuck here in a dream, crying to you. I see the water coming in.
Good morning, boat lovers. It's a bit fresh in the shed this morning, 8:30, and it's Saturday morning. As you know, I don't usually work on weekends. I say that, but I keep doing it. One issue that I've discovered while sanding is that the area on top of the saloon, and the galley, on the starboard side, there are areas of the fiberglass that haven't set properly. That's the area where I made that classic rookie mistake of rushing through everything, and I forgot to mix one of the mixes. I didn't stir the epoxy up. I just put the hardener in and then put it into place, and I didn't realize until afterwards. So I thought it might go off, and in most areas it has. It's set like a rock, but there's a couple of patches that are still sort of tacky, and obviously they're not going to set. So I'm going to have to cut that part of the fiberglass out, peel it off, clean everything with acetone there, and re-fiberglass the section that hasn't set. Pretty annoying, but I'd rather get that done now and know that it's done properly, obviously before I paint, etc. Bit of a disaster yesterday. My faithful trusty Makita 150mm or 6-inch orbital sander, my second one, decided to die, as did the first one, just after the 3-year warranty period. So we're a couple of months past the 3-year warranty period. Apparently you can get an extended warranty, which would have taken me to 5 years. I didn't realize that at the time when I bought them, but nonetheless, one burial of a Makita 6-inch that is now in the recycling depot. I bought myself a Bosch 150mm. Now these have, I believe, a 6-year warranty if you register online. But yes, this seems to be doing a mighty job, and it should certainly see out the rest of the boat build. There's a few dollars out of pocket. Not the best of days. 1, the sander died. 2, I had to interrupt my day to go and buy this other one. I went to about 3 stores to find this, so it took up the afternoon. So I missed out on a whole lot of work that I should have been doing in here. And number 3, of course, I'm out of pocket a whole lot of money. Number 4, I discovered the patch on the roof here. So I'll actually turn the camera around and show you that so you can have a look at what I'm actually talking about. Initially, you couldn't see this patch, but it's sort of come up and you can see there's just some swirls there. I'm sure that's coming out on the camera okay. So where those sort of yellowy patches are, they're hard to the touch, but you can dig your thumbnail into them. And so they're sort of semi gone off, but not properly. And there's no way I'm going to paint over something like that. Now, as you know, I called this episode Confessions, or Confession. And the reason for that is, as you know, I'm always pretty darn careful with everything I do here in the shed, because I'm definitely trying to look after myself, and I want to make sure that I'm around fit and healthy by the time this long skinny girl finally hits the water. And so I take lots of precautions. I wear all my masks, earmuffs, eye protection, all that sort of stuff. However, I'm human, and just like most of you, I suppose, there are times where I rush things. Let's just get this door open. Going to be a glorious day today. All right, just had to open that door mid-story because I need some light just in the area that I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen me many a time on this trusty little aluminium foot ladder, which stands about 1 metre tall. And here comes the confession. Okay, I fell off the ladder. But the way I did it was a little crazy. I was standing, as you should never do, I suppose. I was standing on the top step here. I had a container of epoxy in one hand. I had my squeegee in the other hand. And I leant forward when I was glassing this forward deck. And I leant forward a bit, and I think I must have had there must have been a bit of fiberglass on my shoes or something like that, because it caught on this top step here. So what actually happened is, while I was on top of this step, somehow this ladder actually kicked forward this way, and I fell down towards the double doors of the shed. I nearly hit my head on the double doors. I had to kick my head right back like this, and my face ended up against the corrugated iron or the tin there of the shed door. But as I went down onto the ground, because I was holding everything, I pulled my right knee up like this, and I went straight down, bang like that, straight on to the tip of my kneecap. All my weight on there. I didn't spill the epoxy. I managed to keep holding the container, and I said a lot of words that will probably get my YouTube channel banned if I say any of those. A lot of loud words like that. And I thought, okay, I must have done a lot of damage here. Surely I have made a really deep cut in my knee. I was halfway through fiberglassing, so I couldn't stop. I got back up onto the deck of the boat. I kept fiberglassing for about another 25 minutes. While I was fiberglassing, I thought I could feel the blood running down my shin. I thought, apart from the annoying pain and injury that I've done, I'm sure Amanda is going to kill me for being so silly. Anyway, after I finished, I cleaned myself up, cleaned all my hands up, got my gloves off, did all that. Went inside, and I thought, all right, I'll take my pants off to attend to this wound, whatever. And to my astonishment, there's not a mark, no cut, nothing. And I think when I thought I could feel blood running down my shin, it must have just been nerves or something, or perhaps subconsciously with my trousers pressing against my leg, I just assumed it was bleeding. I can't believe that I fell from that height with all my weight straight onto my knee, and there's not a mark. Now, I say there's not a mark, but there was definitely internal bruising all around behind my kneecap. Not visual bruising because it was in underneath, and so for the last 2 weeks, there's no way I could kneel on that knee. I'm starting to be able to do that a little bit now. It's coming good, and I've got full movement, no problem with that. I've been playing tennis, running around, doing all sorts of things, and so that's all good. But it's just the very tip of my kneecap is still, if I touch it, you get that really sharp pain. So I think I must have really bruised the bone. Anyway, so lesson learned, be more careful on the ladder. Rule number 1, don't fall off the ladder. All right, that all being said, I am now going to attempt addressing that saloon roof. I think I should be able to cut around that patch of the dodgy fiberglass and just peel it off, clean it up, and put a new piece on. Let's hope I can do that, because that's the best way to do it. Fortunately, as you saw in the picture, it's just a certain patch there. It's not over the whole area, which is great. So in spreading that epoxy, it must have mixed itself for most of the area perfectly. It was just that one spot that was probably got mostly hardener or something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm into this morning, Saturday morning. Get the fiberglass patch done, and then enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm also going to paint some epoxy, brush some epoxy onto these porthole surrounds, give those a good soaking today. They'll take a few coats, so I'll do 1 or 2 good coats this morning. I'll probably do that when I start fiberglassing, because it'll have the resin mixed up, and it won't take much just to go around those. I did a lot of sanding yesterday, all along the decks, all along this top edge, any of the areas that I hadn't done before. And for some reason, I thought I'd done. I kept telling you guys, look, I've done all above the saloon roof and all that sort of thing. But I hadn't sanded that. I'd sanded the back roof and the wheelhouse roof, but not the area that had that patch on it. So that's how I discovered that it hadn't set properly. So onward and upward, let's get that done. Well, that's coming up all right. This manual Laminex cutter, it's got these really sharp hardened steel bits here for scoring Laminex, and that's great for just making a cut through the layer of the fiberglass, and that's peeling off way better than I expected it would. So as you can see, I'm just going to cut that patch out and redo it. There might be a little section here as well, but I'll get this part done first and go from there. All the while, of course, you notice I'm only kneeling on my left knee because I can't kneel on the right one yet. But I'm quite pleased the way that's coming up, and obviously where the yellow patches are, it's not even stuck properly, so it's a good thing that I discovered it and didn't paint over the top. That would have been a disaster. Alrighty, I'm going to grab a spatula that I can push under to get some of those edges up, and then keep peeling that back. There's some discoloration here, and I have to check if that's okay or not. By the feel of this, the tackiness of this, I think what happened is, in this first area where I started, is the hardener poured out, and so we've got probably about 5 times as much hardener as resin, and so it's kind of tacky, but it's a yellowy colour, just like the hardener. I think I showed you in the last video how the hardener builds up around the nozzle of the container after you've been pouring out for a while, and this is the same colour and the same texture, so it's mainly hardener that's here, not resin, whereas the rest of it's fine. So I'll keep pulling this up, and then I'll give it a clean up, and I'll put a nice fiberglass patch over the top with really well mixed epoxy. And that's where I'm going to leave you this week, boat lovers. On top of the boat, fiberglassing. Of course, I got all that done and it came out really well and set like a rock. And so I've moved on to some other bits and pieces before I start glassing the hull, which hopefully will get done by next week. Thank you so much for watching as usual. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe. Maple and I'll see you guys back in the boat shed in about a week's time. Look after yourselves, take care, boat safely, and we'll see you then. Bye.